Go ahead.
Questions?
Yeah,
Yes.
I just started picking people because I know what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, so thank you very much for both of you for the brilliant and charming presentation of both your team. I'm just wondering a little bit, trying to understand, in the future, are you both planning to be the spokesperson for SAC? Because when I think about the spokesperson, I think about the president. Or who is going to show up to speak at events in front of freshmen?
So actually SAC's really getting more involved in orientation next year, and we actually met with Greg to talk about it. But in terms of being the frontal face, President definitely will be. In meeting with Danielle, who's currently in this role, a lot of our job is maintaining the communications through email and through our website, and making sure that there's an organizational component. While we will be a face of be part of the team, I think it's important that the president remains as the leader person, and we actually remain as the organizational component.
So we're going to need the presidents tonight.
Yes.
We're just going to be managing the events and all the things outside. They're going to be directing.
There's a lot of day-to-day activities that are important to us, and I think it's important that we make sure that there is a level of structure, and I think that's what our role allows for. Oh wow, lots of hands.
Tiara.
So one of the responsibilities, as I understand it, for the position is to manage the logistics and locations of some of the events that SAC arranges, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually for each of you to answer, but as students who are not necessarily from New York, how do you think you're going to be able to manage that particular responsibility of your job, being less familiar with the lay of the land than perhaps some of the other students?
Sure. Okay. So already, I've started going through past events and actual past GBA insiders and compiling lists of past specials and past locations that we've gone to. And I also live around here, so I've gotten really familiar with the area that's exactly around here. But also, being that you pointed out that we're both international students, coming here, our website doesn't exactly offer the best resources for housing and for getting to know the area and for when the first events are, when you just show up. So I think that also detailing the area a little bit better for new incoming students would be important as well.
Another thing, I'm also on the board for Foreign Women in Business. So we have to go hunting for venues. Because I handle the conference, so we had to go hunting for venues for everything. Plus managing, we went to look at venues for different things. We need to know what venues are for even happy hours, venues for conferences. So we generally know the city around. I'm touching with Flora. We touch base with Flora for different reasons, finding locations for different things. So we are in touch with everybody so that we get locations from here, there. And I think most of the time, at least for me, I'm 5 days a week in school. So for me, I'm around the whole of New York City. I mean, I have to travel for every single thing. So for me, it's not a problem. I know the metro, subway, everything. And I'm sure that in the past, I have asked other people as well who were on the board last year to help us with certain things. I'm sure they'll be quite helpful with the rest of things.
And especially since right now when we pair with clubs, which is very important, and we get different members out that way each week, they've been great in helping find locations as well.
Great. Next question? Any hands?
There were 3, but now there's none.
All right. Are we?
Oh,
Go ahead, Eric.
2 questions. First of all, thank you for telling us about your experience, both of you, in finding venues, because I think that's very important, planning the social events. But as the PR relations person, you're the face of the community, and I just wanted to ask what you think is your most important role in being a representative for the community.
Well, for me, the most important role that I think as a PR person is to get the school rankings up. This is what everybody wants. I'm sure everybody, she repeated in a speech, I didn't because she did. So everybody knows Dean Gauchi's email that came in today. We are number 97 as a school, business school in general. So tied with Pace, and Baruch is 57 and we are 97. So we need to get up there, and that's the first and the most important thing. Get your rankings, get your alumni to basically talk to you. So I think I want to be the liaison between the alumni, and the school, so that I can in some way facilitate the students. I know that RAC, the Recruitment Advisory Committee, does a lot on that, and I'm sure that I can help the RAC to get everything done and get all the numbers up there. So I think I can do that.
I think as part of my role, the transparency, as I mentioned, is making sure that everyone is up to date with the progressions that we're making. I know that RAC and career management and Dean Gacci's office are definitely already taking steps toward reputation, but I think as part of building the Fordham brand, we have to do it in other elements other than just our reputation. I think we really need to be out there in volunteer activities. I don't think we are as well. Like we do one per semester. I think we need to increase that. I think that we are known as hard workers. Like, we are in a competitive environment. We're here with NYU and we're here with Columbia. Well, we've got a reputation starting as being hard workers, and we need to continue it. So I think it's the reputation of the student body as well as our reputation in rankings that both need to be conscious. Like,
So what is your role?
well, my role within that, I think, with liaison between administration and the student is making sure everyone's informed of those activities. I don't think that everybody is always informed, and that's where we fall short. All right.
Great. I'm sorry, no more questions for them. Danielle gets a question. Danielle gets a question.
Sit down.
All feelings aside, in the next year, what would be one accomplishment that you, or what's the legacy you want to leave at the end of your term?
Good question.
Well, I think I want Fordham to be strong on the alumni. So I want probably more alumni to come in at every happy hour or any event that we have, like a conference. So I want to leave a legacy behind, which says that we surely have our alumni and everybody with us, but it should be a two-way process, and it should be continuing. So basically, that's what I want to do. I want to see that the alumni is there with us every time, and the understanding between them is there, and everybody works together to make Fordham a better place. That's what I feel.
I think the legacy I would like to leave is a tight-knit Fordham community. I think right now we have so many part-time students that it's necessary that once we learn how to integrate better, we can find opportunities within that we didn't even know we had. We have the person to your right and the person to the left are already employed, so why can't we go to them for jobs? I think that it's important if we actually create an environment where that is a possibility that we can advance further.
Just one last question, just a yes or a no. Will you both be attending the HIMBA banquet tomorrow?
I will be.
I'm not in.
It's very sad.
Thank you, guys.